Hi, Cal from BHP UK and welcome to part 2 of our Hypermotard development video. If you haven't seen part 1, there is a link to it in the description below. Please make sure you catch up with that first and then this video will make a lot more sense. In the first part we covered the mapping the stock bike and then we fitted some Austin Racing cans to it and mapped it again with that. In this part we're going to get rid of the cat and add a free flow air filter from MWR. As always, we run the bike again on the dyno just to get some more data as to how those modifications have actually altered what the bike's doing, how it's fueling and how much power it's producing. So let's get on with that first and then we'll take it from there. So the stock bike with stock hardware and the stock bike made 105 brake horsepower at the back wheel. With just one of our remaps, there was no hardware modifications at all, we managed to get to 111 brake horsepower. Once we added the cans at wide open throttle, we got to 112, we gained a tiny little bit at the top. Once we added the Decat and the free flow filter, we got a couple more horsepower. So at the top end, at wide open throttle, we've gone from 105 to 111, and then we've added a couple on with the hardware. The hardware at the top end hasn't created a huge amount of power. However, it has made power at the bottom. I think at the top end, the engine is getting to its maximum volumetric efficiency. It doesn't really matter what more we do to it. It just isn't going to be able to move the air out. It's probably going to be restrictions in the head or the cam designs that's causing that. But at mid-range, at 40 and 60% throttle, the differences are huge. When we ride this bike on the road now, with the mods in, with the air filter and the Decat and the cans and the remap obviously, the throttle response is phenomenally different at 40 and 60% throttle. So just have a quick look at what we actually managed to make at part throttle. The red line is the standard bike with a standard map. The blue line is the standard hardware with one of our maps. The green line is with the cans only and obviously one of our maps. And the orange line is with the cans and the Decat and one of our maps. One thing we do have to say is that when you do put modifications on this bike, whether it's just the can or in this case we've got all three modifications, the can, the Decat and the air filter, it does make your bike run really lean, so you do need to map your bike as soon as you put these modifications on. Unfortunately, I think that brings this project to a close. The Hypermotard really has been a bike we've enjoyed test riding. I'm a bit of a dyno monkey. I love being in the dyno room. However, with this bike, I've spent as much time as possible on the road test riding it. It really has been an enjoyable bike. And unfortunately, this project has now come to an end. We hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed already, please drop us a subscribe. It really does help us out. And it also keeps you notified of any new content that we create. We have got some great things in the pipeline. Hit the subscribe button and we'll keep you notified.